you guys are doing well. And here we are to learn about what we're doing for another week, teaching the kids about how God can help us do big things. So this week the kids will be learning about David and Goliath, which is when I think of God helping someone in the Bible do a big thing, it would be David and Goliath. And so the first activity that the kids are going to do is actually going to be really cool because it'll help the kids visualize just how big Goliath was. So you're going to have a big piece of paper already cut and marked for you, and at the 9-foot mark it's going to have a line, and at the top it'll say Goliath. So the kids can see that this is how tall Goliath is. So when they come in, you can have them come and take turns. You'll have them lay down next to the paper, and then you'll mark where they are. So at the end, you can hang up the piece of paper, just keep looking out on the floor, and you can talk with the kids and say, "Wow, look how big you guys are! Look how big Goliath is or was." And today we're going to learn in our story about how God helped how God helped David overcome this huge man, Goliath. So after that first activity, then you'll go into story time, and you're going to have these awesome visualizations, these pictures, so that the kids can see while you're telling the story. So there's 4 pictures, and it'll really be a good story. And I would recommend too that, we probably say it every week, but it's so important to read the Bible story from the Bible before you teach it, because sometimes we know the stories so well that we forget, and that seems kind of contradictory, but think about sometimes take for example the 3 little pigs. Of course we all know that story, but if you had to sit down and tell it exactly how it was written, could you actually tell it? And so you might be surprised how much you may have forgotten about the story of David and Goliath. So really take just 5 minutes out of your week and take some time to read the story from the Bible so that you know exactly how it goes, so you can teach the kids how it goes too, and just show them that David had faith in God, and God helped David do this huge thing by killing Goliath and saving his people from the Philistines. So then after story time, you're going to go back to your room and you're going to do your craft. So here's a sample of the craft, and as you can see, there's Goliath and David with the sling right here. And so what you're going to do is the kids will color it, and then they'll each pick a little stone. So you'll have some stones in a little bowl, and each of the kids can get one of these stones and then glue it on the picture, flying into Goliath's head. And then you'll also get these little sequins, just a little sequence, and you can glue the sequence onto Goliath's armor to make it shiny like armor was back then. And when you're doing the craft, don't just let the kids do the craft. Go and talk with them and sit with them and talk to them about the story and the other stories of previous weeks, and about how they see that God has been helping them do big things. And because that's the time that I always found to be the time when I could really get to know the kids in my Sunday school class. It was during the craft time and snack time. And I know sometimes it's so hectic and you have so many kids that it's really hard to sit and talk with some kids. But if you have a moment, it's just so awesome to be able to sit down with them and talk with them while they're doing their craft, because they are just so cute and they really are smart, and sometimes they'll say something that may bless you, and you're there to help them learn and show them God's love, and by sitting with them and talking to them about their lives, and that really shows that you care about them. So, you can even go over and ask a kid if you can help color with them. Oh, hey, can I help you color? What color should I use? Where do you want me to color? And ask them about their animals, or and like I said, ask them too. Well, what does God help you do? And they will answer, God helps me do big things. And if they don't know it, help them learn that phrase that we're learning this month, that God helps me do big things. So after your craft, you can play the beanbag game. So we'll have cups for you to set up. So you can set up a pyramid of cups, and then kids can take turns having a beanbag and throwing it at the pyramid of cups. And you can talk to them how they're being like David, and it's just another fun little game to kind of put something to help them remember the story of how David threw the rock at Goliath. And also the memory verse at the end of class. And it's really hard sometimes to get this in, but it's so important that the kids really learn the Bible verse. And I know that it's hard to get it in because when I teach, it's really hard for me, and to be honest, sometimes I don't get to it every week, but it is important, and I'm talking to myself too right now. Like, it's so important that these kids, no matter how young they are, they can start learning God's Word, and they can start putting it in their hearts so that they know these, not even necessarily that they'll have it memorized, but the fact that they have it in them and that they have it memorized, or that they know, or they're familiar with it, that means that they can remember, oh, I remember that verse from Sunday school where it says that God helps me to do big things. And then they can remember it, even though they may not have it memorized. So, it's, as a review, 2 Chronicles 32:8. We have the Lord our God to help us and to fight our battles for us. 2 Chronicles 32:8. So good luck this week, guys, and have fun with the story of David and Goliath, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for everything you do for us. Bye.